Now the biggie, town meeting. I would like to go for a town meeting, Australian ballot, do it March 2nd. Get it out the way with, don't kick the can down the road. It sounds to me on the news, there's conflicting reports as to what the hell is going on in the country and across the world with the new viruses, and postponing it, I don't think it's going to help us any at all. And I think it's one of them years where we have to say, you know, this is it. Suck it up, and we'll straighten any problems out next year. But,
I think that we already can't do March 2nd.
Why not?
Because I think you have to have 45 days in advance to give people a chance to run for positions.
Okay. But I'd just soon get it done quicker and better, and definitely not after Memorial Day weekend, because we know it always spikes after a holiday weekend. And you got Washington's birthday coming up in February, and I forget, something else probably come along here sometime along, but we're in a no-win situation, folks.
I hate to see the end of town meeting.
It's not the end, it's a one-year thing.
We'll
Is
see.
that hard to get through?
Yeah, it is. And
I think it is too. I think
Secretary of State's already saying there's a higher turnout when it's Australian ballot, and that means there'll be a push for Australian ballot, and that'll be the end of town meeting.
I kind of agree with you, Tim. I'd really hate to see us go that way so quickly. I'd really be in form of postponing town meeting and trying to hold it end of May, mid-June.
If you do it in June, I'm not going to be there. Definitely. I'll tell you that right now.
You're not going to be around in June?
That's right. You also got to realize you've got a holiday the end of May, and you've also got a lot of people coming back to their summer homes, and they're going to want to see what's going on. So you got a lot more people running around that could be potential carriers. And it's nothing I want to be around.
Well, one thing seems to me we've got sort of two options. One would be do it sometime in, postpone it like 2 weeks, so we're under the 45-day limit, or over the 45-day limit. But that would be Australian ballot, and that's essentially no town meeting. It's just people vote, because Wayne isn't going to stand up on a Zoom meeting and read the warning. That's
right.
So there's that. The other alternative is, and I'm looking at my calendar right now, we have a select board meeting on May 25th, which is the Tuesday before Memorial Day weekend. We could, if we postpone till then, it would be before Memorial Day, and on a Tuesday, and maybe we'll be able to have town meeting, and maybe we won't. But I think the chances are better of having an actual town meeting later. I mean, we don't know how this thing's going to go, but I think that it's more likely it's going to get better between now and May 25th than the chances are that it'll get worse. So,
well, you're getting so much conflicting information.
Two choices, it seems,
coming from the news. Like, in one respect, they're saying you've got a double and triple mask to protect yourselves. Then on the other hand, they're saying, well, if protocols followed, it's safe to open up the schools. Now, I'm getting two different stories there that, this thing's getting bad, but they want to open up the schools. So I agree with you.
I agree with you, Denny. It would be good to make a decision right now and get it behind us. I have a hard time. I really sincerely think that it's the end of town meeting if we do that, and that really bothers me a lot.
So just speculating, we schedule it for sometime in May, and hopefully it don't go this way, but all of a sudden these new viruses that are popping up have taken hold and are raising havoc. What you gonna do then?
Make that decision then. I mean, there are just so
Well-
many unknowns to make the decision right now. And I just do feel the same as Tim. I really think it would be the end of town meeting. I really do. It's just too easy.
And, you know, the simple answer to your good question, Denny, is if the worst happens and the virus mutates and, the vaccines aren't effective and all that stuff, we're back to where we are now. So on May 25th, we'll have an Australian ballot on all the articles in the warning, and we'll all be sad. But if we have some good news and a bunch of people are vaccinated and things aren't as bad as some of the doomsayers predict, then we can have a real town meeting. And I think we have a much better chance of having a town meeting on May 25th than we do sometime early in March.
Now, do we have to have two things going on concurrently in order to do that? And if so, what's the cost?
What do you mean?
I mean, do we have to be prepared?
I'm
Do we have to be prepared to do the Australian ballot? And then if things improve and it's allowable, still do a town meeting and not do the Australian ballot? But if we haven't gone through the procedures to enable Australian ballot, we can't do it. If we get to May 25th, you still got the 45 days to deal with if you're going to do Australian ballot, and that would have had to have been done ahead of time, it seems to me. And I don't know, I think maybe some of that question needs to go to the town clerk, because it seems to me, and I'm perfectly willing to listen to anybody that thinks I'm full of it. Seems to me that we might have to have two things running concurrently, or two choices running concurrently.
I believe
And that,
would have had to do some prep work so that a certain number of days prior to whatever date you choose, you can say it's not going to work in person. We're going to go Australian. And then there would be some cost to that, but the Secretary of State has said they will cover quite a bit of those costs.
so it seems to me that if we pick May 25th for town meeting, that our first select board meeting in April, we have to make a decision whether we're going to have a town meeting or Australian ballot. to
That's Fisher
be
cut bait
45
time.
days
No.
out.
exactly.
give you
You
your
got that
45
exactly.
days.
Yeah.
That's my counting too.
So, all right, let's go for
That's
the
7
town.
weeks before May 12th.
Okay.
And
All right, so let's go for the town meeting on May 25th. Select board will reassess the 19 situation at the first meeting in April and make the decision whether it will be a town meeting or Australian ballot.